Hello, and welcome back to In Case of Emergency. We're exploring the castle and looking at this book. That sounds fun, right? We all love reading here. We are all connoisseurs of books, right? We go to the bookstore all the time. We go through like one a day. Yes, no, I've never actually finished reading a book. That's a little bit of a lie. I've never finished reading a book on my own that wasn't like a school assignment. Yeah. Is that an accomplishment? I think that's an accomplishment. It is for me. Your hands reach around the book as a fine layer of dust falls off of it as you disturb it. It leaves behind a clean rectangle of wood in the dust. The words for a funeral, what is this word? Liturgy? Liturgy? What's a liturgy? My phone's dead. I'm not gonna Google it. Remus stands up the door with a placid expression, as though he's commenting on what's for dinner. Oh, what does it say? It's a prayer for the passage for the dead. We haven't had cause to use it in a while. You hadn't realized there was death in this world, which, in retrospect, seems foolish. Of course there would be death in every world. Oh. Okay. Hopefully we can avoid it for a bit longer, if we are successful in our quest. Though I suppose it won't matter if we fail. Have you ever lost anyone? The question takes you by surprise. Yeah. I lost my dad recently. Remus nods. My parents were led to believe they had lost me early on. The former king and queen? No, actually. They were academics, obsessed with the ancient world. He cocks his head, lost in thought for a moment. Loss is difficult. It changes us. It changes the world around us. But no one is really ever gone. When someone leaves this existence, they also leave their absence behind. Like a footprint left in drying cement, or a name carved into a tree. You're not sure your dad left anything of the sort behind, except maybe the weird, anxious feeling you get when you try not to think of him. But maybe that's what he's talking about. We tell the world someone was here. Through this violence, to carve something out of this world is just as much to carve meaning into it. What will you leave behind when you are gone? Maybe it's the atmosphere of the abandoned church, or the breathless high you've been riding this entire week. But something about his wisdom rings true. Your persistent anxiety, like a faraway. Yes, a buzzing. You've tuned out, not turned out, tuned. But it never stopped listening to, or feels washed away by the promise of meaning. Absence and presence. Yes, presences? Absences and presences, right? Here's a man with all the answers. I have high hopes for you. Remus smiles as he squeezes your shoulders. The blunt claws of his thumb graze the fur on your neck and sends a shiver down your spine. Remus leads you out of the room, leaving the book behind in its place on the pulpit. Maybe another time. He has another duty to attend to. To that day, but on others. You spot the king in the garden, employing a spot of tea under the gazebo. When he sees you, he waves you over with a pleasant smile. He becomes part of your routine, your homework, and other responsibilities long forgotten amongst the sweet smell of roses. A new path becomes added to your day. The walk through the stone inlaid in the garden dart, winding through the fragrant thickets of roses, dahlias. Is that what these are? Dahlias? Like that character from Silent Hill. And lavender, past the vine-covered trellis, and into these cold stone halls of the castle. That is what this. This isn't rough. This is not a rough session. You're a rough session. And then it's dinner. More talk about plans, and then the climb back home. No nighttime return is as eventful as your first. Being thrown back into your body becomes less shocking and more depressing. You can't help but feel sorry for the person you're leaving behind. He has no idea how great his life actually is, locked out of real happiness, or is it the reality of his happiness by pure ignorance? You sleep better than he ever would. You imagine that's your consolation gift to him, a trickle-down happiness from the fortunate to the less. A week passes quickly this way. You wake. Whoa. Okay. Head out the door with a smile on your face, with toast in your mouth, and with anticipation pounding in your ears. Duh. Chiron! Hi. Okay. Professor Abbott stands in front of his office door, a stack of papers tucked under his arm. Good morning, Professor. Good morning. I'll have your reference letter for you in class today. Oh, right. You'd forgotten about that. You hadn't thought about getting a job in a long time, at least a week. Thank you, I appreciate it. You nod and start shuffling away, signaling that you're ready to leave the conversation. You don't have time for this. You're about to embark on a real journey today. Are you trying to leave? You freeze in your tracks. What, no? Why would you? He shakes his head and points to the emergency exit before you. The exit is locked. You'll have to leave through the front door. Right, of course. Just going to the bathroom. I just have to stop by the bathroom first. Chiron! This guy will not let you leave this conversation. Be careful. I read in the newspaper that it would be exponentially hot today. Stay indoors. Right, that won't matter much for you. I will, Professor. Thanks. Your legs are itching to race down the staircase, but you force yourself to wait until you can hear the sounds of Professor Abbott's door clicking shut. Downstairs, the castle is bustling with activity, the staff moving to and fro across the waxed floors, balancing various provisions in their arms. You make your way to the dining room, following the smell of freshly baked brioche, when someone pulls you aside and ushers you to one of the castle's many side rooms. A troop of servants are waiting for you, each holding a particular garment that you've been fitted for over the course of the week. They make stilted bows towards you before asking permission to dress you. A week of dealing with straps and buckets has taught you to put aside your pride. Sure, thanks. With your permission, they're descended upon like a swarm upon a carcass, limbs lifted and stuffed into the leather raiments, straps tightened and belts cinched. It reminds you of being dressed for kindergarten by your mother. Whatever happened to that sailor suit? The boots are slid snugly onto your feet, and hardened material, soft and supple, against your toes. A braided belt is pulled taut around your waist. over layers of linen and toughened hide, and there's a leather loop tied to it that you assume your sword, the sword, fits into. You barely recognize your reflection in the humble mirror leaning against the stone wall, but it's both what you expected and nothing at all like it. For one, you don't look like a corny kid in bed sheets with a foam sword. But you also look like you don't look like the grizzled, handsome men on TV, their faces shining with grim sweat and blood. So it's not cool, but it does feel real, which is an unexpected development amidst all this. You're looking at the magic of fairy tales, not flesh and bone, but rags to dresses, mice to coachmen, and frogs to princes. You can't help but check yourself out a little. There's a knock on the door. Wes enters the room and shuts the door behind him. Whoa, look at him. He's so cute. Hey, looking good. So do you. You look good too. Wes looks you up and down, appraisingly, his eyes lingering a little too long to plead innocence, to only platonic interest. You adjust the hem of your shirt, feeling your face go warm. Ready to go. Yeah, got my wallet, my sword, and a sack lunch with a bottle of water. And Wes chuckles and shakes his head. It's been a while since we've gone on a quest. It's good to be prepared. Is it going to be dangerous? Whatever dangers might be on the road, the grim Wes flashes at you feels infinitely more deadly. Why, scared? Don't worry, I'll protect you. God, he's hot when he does that dumb, macho, confident thing. You unsuccessfully try to stop the stupid smile that spreads across your face. Your cheeks are going to ache if you keep this up. I'm looking forward to getting away from real life for a bit. Thank God I won't have to do any of those essays I haven't been doing. Me too. Apparently I'm throwing another party this week. I think the excuse this time is my younger brother's new drawings. What? Like, your parents stuck them on the refrigerator? Wes laughs, his open mouth revealing rows of sharp teeth. More like a national museum stuck them in their new modern art exhibit. Did you say this was your younger brother? He's 17. He sold his first painting while I was still working on my college application. Then he dropped out of high school, and now he's in museum and theater around the country. It's hard to picture anyone related to Wes quitting school to pursue the visual performing arts. You're imagining a family of cutthroat businessmen and lawyers doing lines off of strippers on yachts, yes, or whatever it is rich men do. I didn't think there'd be an artist in your family. Wes shrugs. It's probably for my mother. She's an architect. I don't know where my older brother got his thing from. I don't even think he's had a job. Ever. So the only reasonable person left is you? You're starting to get a picture of how Wes fits into his family, a sandwich between two vagrant siblings unfit to inherit their family business. You don't think this is a responsibility he wants as much as it is one he feels obligated to fulfill. Unable to turn it down, but unwilling to stop running from it, he's spinning in place. No wonder this place is an escape for him. Wes shivers, fluffing out the fur along his neck. Don't remind me. Oh, okay. The two of you make your way out of the castle grounds, where a humble carriage waits for you. It's a smart, trim buggy that looks like it could barely fit a few people. So are we in Wes's route now? I know I've been I really don't know how the route splitty thing works, but I'm here with the Tigor. So that's would we be with Luke or Cedric if we called them on the phone or did more things with them?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's you. Okay, so it is gonna be everyone? Do we always just start with Tiger? Why is he wearing this? Why is he like this? Why is like, okay. Magically powered, no steeds, no fuel, no motors. Very eco-friendly. That sounds great, but you're still not sure how any group other than an alley of clowns could fit in here. Remus waves you over by the carriage's front, 1 foot resting on steps.
Interesting choice of armor, Luke.
If anyone else has anything to say about it, they don't speak up. Okay. Yeah, that does look good. Ooh, okay. I see, Cedric. So this is how you have a cape? Trying to be important? Trying to fit that RGB alongside Wes, you know? I get it. Cedric has a pained expression on his face, while Wes looks nonplussed.
After you.
Remus clambers in first and extends a hand to you, pulling you into the carriage. Whoa. The vehicle is bigger on the inside. Its conservatively sized door giving way to a lavish train car. The soft carpet flooring depresses under your weight. The others climb in quickly after you. Cedric is the last to enter. You notice there's a new short sword hanging from around his waist you haven't seen before, and it taps the side of the door frame as he enters. He notices you looking, and he takes his seat, explains.
I was told it was good luck. Supposed to protect you from getting sick, poisoned, stuff like that.
He shrugs as he runs his thumb over the golden pommel of the sword, and thought it might as though it might confer on him some of that luck. The carriage begins to move on its own, lurching forward with a start before stabilizing to a more steady speed. It's really happening. The entire morning has been such a blur that you haven't had a chance to comprehend what you're getting yourself into. Remus rolls out a weathered map on the table, holding one corner flat while a coin purse and another with a abandoned mug. He stabs a finger at a certain point.
Here will be our first challenge. We will reach the Willow's Grove by tonight, but it would be in our best interest to set camp outside of the borders.
Willow Grove? What's that?
A haunted forest. The trees bleed black at night, and the air smells of iron. Lit!
Oh.
Then we will continue through the abandoned silver mines of... we will have to leave our carriage in the hands of the closest village, and if all goes well, we can return from it for it.
Yeah, right. What is this word? Sorry, the mines of what? What? How am I supposed to read this? Osgro is Dahan. Yes.
It's a civilization that preceded ours. No one's known where they went, only that they left behind abandoned mines and ruins.
Cool.
And finally, we'll make our way across the Sheerton's Cliff. The invisible bridge can only maintain one's weight while one believes that it exists.
You peer closer to the map to get a better look. Each location is lovingly rendered in ink. Winding rivers drawn alongside intricate forests and coastlines. Why go around the river? We can skip all of this if we just cross here. Luke points his fingers on the map, and Remus shakes his head. Tisk tisk.
The rapids are too dangerous this time of year. The glacier runoff makes it impossible to cross.
Remus wraps a knuckle around the spread map.
A proper adventure. It has been a while.
Alright, I'll end the part here, everyone, so I will see you around.